Okay, so I'm just going to run through a little bit of some analysis on some of these pairs on the 30-minute time frame, and we're looking at the Aussie CAD. Aussie CAD looking quite good, for a long. Not much resistance up ahead, and a bit overextended, has broken out of the supply area, but still could be a good long at this point. Okay, moving on, let's take a look at the Euro JPY. Okay, Euro JPY on the 30-minute time frame, we're looking at resistance area around here. That is 121.237.250. So we're looking for a close below this area for possible short. After this area, the supply area around 120.637 looks like the first area of support. Okay, so let's move on to Euro US dollar, and let's take a look at the 30-minute time frame. Okay, so on the 30-minute time frame, the Euro US dollar, I don't see anything until on the 30-minute time frame until the Euro US dollar breaks above this area, which is a 130.403 area, or breaks below this support area over here. After that, it's looking quite good for with some space to the downside. If it does break below that, yeah, lots of space to the downside. On the hourly time frame, yeah, it's still looking good. On the 30-minute for a break to the downside if it goes down. Okay, so moving on, let's take a look at the pound dollar. Okay, so pound dollar, we're looking for longs above this area here and shorts below this area here. I wouldn't touch it unless it's going to break those two areas, and that'll give us some space before the next resistance area, which is around 1.51808. Lots of space below the support area, so lots of room to move if it does break below that point. Okay, that's the 30 minutes on the pound dollar. Let's move on to the New Zealand dollar, US dollar. On the 30-minute time frame, we're looking at least, you know, could have taken a long on a break of this area over here, and that is 25 pips away, 18 pips away from the first resistance area. Okay, that's pretty good. That's pretty good. So it's not too long, not too late to take a long here, but it is reaching some level of resistance in this area. So you can see there's a lot of mess in this chart, and possibly a down channel coming down this way. But I don't really trade down channels just because they're so open to interpretation. So quite messy. You could take a break of this area here as the next entry, okay, or you could wait for a break of this area over here, and that'll give you a nice big if it does break this area here, that's 25 pips before it hits this first level of resistance on this demand area. Okay, this demand area here, right here. Okay, so it's your choice. You could enter on a 50% entry, or enter on 50%. That's one possible strategy, or wait for the break of this area over here before you enter on the 30 minutes. Okay, so that's New Zealand dollar, US dollar. Let's move along. Let's take a look at US dollar JPY. Okay, we're going to take a look at the 30 minute. Okay, this is shaping up better. Okay, so we've got our long line in the sand at the 93.728 area, and our short line in the sand on the pivot area here, which is the 93.223. So we're waiting for a close on the 30-minute bar below this area for shorts, and if it does close below that area, we're looking like a very nice run up before it hits the next level of resistance, 44 pips down, and that shouldn't offer too much before the next supply area at 92.500. So 60 pips to the down that way. Let's look at the higher time frames. Okay, so you can see it's had a long run up, and looks like a topping pattern, or at least some consolidation. It did break to the downside, pulled back, and I would take a guess that it's heading back down in this direction again. Okay, like I said, it's a guess. It's not a prediction. I don't make predictions. Okay, that's the US dollar JPY. We're going to move on. Let's see. Okay, some of the commodities here. Let's see if I can find the Australian dollar, US dollar. Okay, here's the Australian dollar, US dollar. Okay, 30 minutes. This was a nice break above the pivot area. Resistance or support to pivot. Best entry would really have been in this area around here. This area here. But still not too late to enter on the 30 minutes. Put your stop loss below this area, and that's a nice run up to the next level of resistance. I would say around 41 pips, around 1.02050 for a 23 pip risk. That's a 45, so 2 to 1 on your risk ratio. That's pretty good. Yeah, so looking good to the long side there. Let's look at some of the higher time frames. You can see lovely bounce off the supply and demand area. Perfect. Look at that massive bounce off there. Okay, let's just zoom out a bit here and see how that demand area has worked. Okay, so you notice on this demand area here, no touches, no touches, no touches. This is the first touch on the demand area, so this should be a good bounce. This is reactive bounce. I guess somewhere up here, but that was a good call on a bounce there. So let's take a look at the higher time frames. Look at the daily. Okay, see that bounce on that area right there. Okay, and the weekly. So on a weekly, still looking weak, but there's definitely, we're going to see a bounce here on that, like I said, on that supply area. Okay, so nice, moving nicely there. That's Australia US dollar, and the euro pound. Euro pound, let's take a look at that. Okay, 30 minutes. Euro pound, this was the first support area here. You know, I wouldn't be too interested in this. Even a break below this area here, you're going to find some support around this area. So a lot of support around here. There's not much space. There's only 13 pips between those two areas. Not really anything that I would be interested in at the moment, and I would take longs above this area over here. You can see there's quite a lot of consolidation going on here now. Big area here of consolidation, massive area of consolidation here. So let's take that off. Okay, so let's look at the higher time frames. Also very messy chart, nothing, no real movement or no real direction in this trade. And on the higher time frames, really looking for a break below this area before there's any nice space where you can take a good short and you know, where there's nothing stopping it from running down really far. Okay, so that's all for the forex. Let's stop the video there.